Welcome to Portimao. Getting ready to qualify. Gonna be a minute, looks like. Get my spectator menu up there. Get that all set up. Promises to be a good race. Elite had a good time here. There were some weird hiccups though. A lot of talk about blue flags. Everybody seemed to have, almost everybody seemed to have some kind of blue flag crisis, including myself. I like to follow tire strategy. I'll be going back and forth between tire strategy and penalties. Might have a look at some other stuff. I don't really care about telemetry, honestly. I'll look at your steering wheel. I imagine you guys like telemetry. I think it's obnoxious, personally, but I want to make you all happy. Map data, we need that. I don't like a large track map, but I think most people do, so we'll have a large track map. Okay, we've got VTech out there right away. We were hoping to speak to him, but he swears he doesn't speak English while he types it. Extraordinary man. We all like him a lot. I'm going to be busy for a moment trying to get Villeneuve added as a friend, but I'm having a little difficulty. Oh, maybe because there's actually a capital in his name. Let's hope this solves it. Oh, for Pete's sake, we have no results again. I hope he hasn't misspelled his own name. He seemed to be in something of a hurry. Oh, you know what I've done? I've dyslexed it. Inconceivable. There he is. Now you owe me a pint. I hope that means we're going to be talking to you later. Otherwise, I'm going to bust your chops pretty hard for taking my attention away from this wonderful event. Let's see how this is going. Sector 2. It's gone out on mediums. I like to do that too. I like to see what I can pull off on a medium and then really try to get, you know, that last lap, well, maybe a bit more warmed up in the softs. As is typical, most everyone is going out on the softs, I see. Most of us still on an outlap. But it looks like something odd is going on with VTech. I'm not sure what it is. He's going really slow there. Track's picking up a lot of traffic. What's going on here? Oh, there's my teammate in the Elite Division. It looks like he's a scummy person. Likes to drive for Red Bull. We drive Aston Martin, and we're super proud of it. Danny Blazen is a great teammate, and he's an exceptional driver. He plays the long game. He's patient. He doesn't take risks that could cost you your race, and he's a guy you want to race with. VTech is too. He's kind of a wild card. He'll take a risk, but he's a good driver, and he's fast. See how it's going on with... Oh, Scott's having a bad day right away. We hate that, don't we? Haas had a little bit of trouble in Elite. That was on Wednesday. We took on Portugal. That was such a bizarre race. But I got to tell you, Discord server was a hell of a lot of fun after that. I'm not familiar with Bryce, so let's have a look at his style. Gunner holding down the fastest lap thus far on softs. Gunner's certainly an exceptional driver. Consistent. If you find him off track, something went disastrously badly wrong. Houdini's another master. Fucking smartass too. Excuse my language. You know, I swore that I wasn't gonna swear, but the guy is just so funny. Really good at, you know, breaking a guy's testicles. I think it's projection though. I think he's projecting a little bit. Looks like he's already put down 2 laps. Something of a close go. TX bringing the fight to Gunner. Only a 1/10 of a second separates him. He must have run out of gas. Kind of looks like he ran out of gas. Whereas, you know, on fumes. Obvious. Holding down 11th at the moment on mediums. See what Villeneuve's up to. This guy, I don't know. We got on like a house fire. I don't remember what happened. I think he messaged me about something fairly mundane comment or question, and then we ended up getting hella nerdy on and off all day for a long time. Nice guy, Frenchman, but a very nice guy. Old. He's also old, but he's one of the coolest old dudes I've probably ever talked to. So Gunner's still holding it down. Tiak, yeah, they're still separated by that same 1/10 of a second. So it looks like we're probably all switching out tires now, or on our way back to switch out tires. El Choco and I had an interesting encounter at Spa when we held our exhibition. That's some amusing footage, to say the least. El Choco is a gentleman. He gets well out of the way for everybody. Scott's having a rough time so far. There was a little bit of controversy following our event in Elite here. Don't want to make a big thing out of it, but there was sort of a disagreement on a fundamental rule item. But I suspect they're working it out. We're all very diplomatic here. We're all friends. While we have the hood up on JST, we all owe him some gratitude for bringing us all these cool features. You know, I think this is by far the best league I've ever driven for. And he's so creative and masterful at, you know, running the league. It's so easy to be a member, and really, really fun. It's okay to make a mistake here. Our drivers are grown-ups, and they behave like grown-ups. They drive like grown-ups. It's what I like to see if I'm going to compete. It's what I like, the way I like to compete. You got patient people who aren't, you know, dive bombing each other or have to make contact, or don't mind making contact if it means getting by you. I personally dislike that. See, Ambu just made a big leap up to 8th on softs. I am not familiar with Tommy. Or Tommy. I'm going to go with Tommy. 2 laps in on mediums, or at least on mediums at the moment, with a 1:18.633. Gunner's still holding down his 117.480 with Tiok behind him by 1/10 of a second. There's been no change there. Houdini is threatening them soundly. Bryce 11, 118.125. So he's got a little ways to go before he gets up there with Tiak, but it could feasibly happen. JC made a big leap himself. Currently a 119.037 on mediums. Making room for Ambu. Yeah, I don't know anything about Tommy, but he or she seems to be certainly competitive. These are fast people. These are why I'm trying to like get good at 75 AI. And if I catch you laughing, it's gonna be awkward, I'll tell you. Villeneuve and I have found that we agree on racecraft and sportsmanship, and that makes perfect sense because he's 100 years old. Yambu in the pits. Lucid in the pits, Danny Blaze in the pits, we're all in the pits. Flavius is a character. We did some 5-lappers after Japan, maybe a couple months ago, and this guy, I've never seen him cut so much land as he did. 2 laps he did it at, oh, not Monza, but the other Italian course. Can't think of it at the moment. Imola. That was one of the strangest things I've ever seen. If anyone's interested to see what he did, I have the footage. He is currently a 121.150 on softs. 0 laps on those tires. He takes out for another attempt. Currently a 132.847. 2 laps on mediums. Well, he really likes his mediums. He must have had some kind of really great luck on mediums, because I haven't seen him on softs yet. Yeah, I'm sure that he's really good about getting out of people's way, as moved as he was on Wednesday about what went on with all the blue flags and sort of the ignorance about those blue flags. Something that I'm not sure has been resolved yet, but it has been an exciting couple of days watching the chat regarding this issue. Juventino is driving my car. He likes to flaunt it and gloat about it, but he's a really cool guy and really good at this game. $117.802 for him. Gunner and Tiak are still separated by that 1/10 of a second. Villeneuve holding down a 118.846, 1 lap on softs. He takes on his 3rd lap with his mediums on a 119.079. Flavius 1 lap, getting way the hell out of the way. Knowing his place, I guess. Very courteous. He has a 119.362 currently, keeping him in 11th place. Excuse me. Ambu Mason holding down 12th in the pits. We have either a disqualification or someone who wrecked during their attempt, and that is Ray E46 underscore E46. I'm just gonna go with Ray. Power Grim Reaper, I want to have a look at this guy. This is one of the coolest names I've ever seen. I'm sure a lot of you guys, you know, when you're in the lobbies, you look at everybody's names and just see some of the weirdest things people come up with for names. It's like, what does that even mean? And that's what I trip on while I'm waiting for people to get their, you know, their business together and press the X button so we can all race. Get on with it. It could be that I don't understand what these grayed out drivers are. I really feel like it couldn't be that 4 drivers have... What does that mean there? Yeah, I'm not sure what that means, guys. We got VTech going back out. Is he on softs? He is on softs on his out lap. Flavius back in the pits after 1 lap on softs. He loosed it out lap. Softs 119.776. Andrew Mason 119.554 going up the order. Flavius 119.362. And VTech 119.079, a big improvement on where he was several minutes ago. He is in 11th place. He loosed it in 8th at 118.899, 1 lap on softs. Gunnar and Tiak, there's been no change in that situation. 1/10 of a second separates them, with Gunnar ADI 77 holding down pole provisionally. Houdini, you know, I haven't been watching him the whole time, but I get the impression something might have slowed him up. 1 lap on softs with a 118.138 for 5th place on the grid. Tommy moved themselves way up to 6th with a 118.407. They're on their out lap on softs. He loosed it in 8th with a 118.899. So I'm starting to get the picture of what this is going to look like on the grid. Looks to me like VTech's hot. Not like that, jerks. But, you know, engaged in a hot lap. Currently a 119.079 in 11th place still. We haven't had a look at the Doberman. 119.452, 1 lap on softs. Danny Blazin needs to get it together quick. Got 1 lap on mediums with a 119.546. Come on, bud. You got this. Ambu in 15th with a 119.554. 1 lap on softs. Severe Scott. Kind of in a dismal position right now. I feel like he must have had some sort of trouble, maybe a mistake. Maybe he's having setup trouble. I can't really be sure. He turned in terms of his pace here on Wednesday, I felt like he did pretty good. He started out in 14th and he finished in 11th, which is not how it went for me. I didn't finish the race. I kissed the wall and ended up just kind of hanging out and talking into my microphone while I watched everyone else finish the race, which is fine. You know, I didn't mind. Ambu's still in 15th with the 119.553, his 2nd lap on softs. Oh, he is finished. El Chaco has finished in 16th. B. Lucid is finished in... What is going on here? Hello? We'll go the other way. B. Lucid is finished in 9th. Excuse me. A little lapse there. VTech in 7th, Houdini in 6th. Tiak in 3rd, Juventino 2nd, Gunner in 1st. This is very similar to what we saw on Wednesday. I believe it was Gunner and Juventino really giving each other a hard time. Good fight out there. I wish I could have covered it better, but I intend to improve upon that for this event, this Grand Prix in Portugal, beautiful Portugal. But also kind of deadly. Those inclines, if you are not careful or your setup is not, you know, tuned correctly, you're going off. There's going to be some spinning around in here. I want to know who makes their own setups. Mad respect if you're making your own setups. I spend a lot of time in Grand Prix mode for the practice session that's available to me to work on my setup. And sometimes I spend upwards of an hour doing that, but I have the satisfaction when I'm done that I optimized my car by myself, and I get to, you know, check my work out and, you know, during competition. And that's pretty rewarding, even if you know, DNF. Still did it all by yourself. See about, oh, I wanted to look at incidents. Too slow. I'm going to warn you people anyone who may be watching, any of the fake viewers that they like to give us when, you know, so we don't feel bad no one's watching our stream. I could give a monkeys. Yeah, so I lost track of what I was going to say there. Oh, yeah, I was going to outline for you that we're likely to experience a technical issue here or there. Hopefully not. This is my maiden voyage into commentating. And it's going to be like I outlined an analogy for JSD that this would be like, you know, a band's demo. I happen to love demos because they're imperfect. And sometimes that imperfection makes them more compelling. And I'm hoping if there is some kind of hitch tonight that it won't be of a dark nature, but maybe humorous, or, you know, fascinating is good, exciting is good, unbelievable is good. You know, things of... See, there's always the one guy. Get it together, El Chaco. I'm sorry, I have to complain about this all the time. In my own videos, I think probably every time I whine about that. Yeah, I tagged him hard. Oh, we've got some excuse me, I don't want to end that way. I tagged him hard. I made super bad contact at Spa with him, and he was really, really cool about it. I came in way too hot. I was watching the Apex, and I misjudged my braking. And it pretty much ruined his race. He had underbody damage, side pod damage. Had to go to the pits for, I think it did damage his wing. And it pretty much cost him what might have, you know, been a respectable position, but he was very patient and understanding about it. So my gratitude for that. A very good sportsman. So we're just going to kind of stare. Oh, that's cool. I never noticed that, guys. It actually says our names on our garages. I really dig it. I never get to see Bullet Eater with like an... That's too cool. Right on. Streaming's alright. Or the spectating's alright. And we're off. Gunner way out, just way ahead of everybody. He's taking control here. Not messing around whatsoever. Giventino's not going to put up with it, though. I know that. Oh my god, it's the frickin' warm-up lap. I got distracted for a moment. I wanted to check on the stream on a different device. And I have to go ahead and admit to you guys that I'm a little nervous. I really wanted to do this, and I've been looking forward to it, but I almost kind of overthunk it today, and now I'm paying for it a little bit. I am a little bothered that my stream is not showing up when I go to my channel and highlight live, so if anyone wants to confirm whether or not we're live, I would certainly appreciate it. I don't want to interrupt the broadcast to go looking at things. We've got a predicted pit stop strategy. I hope you all got a good look at that, because I didn't. I was reading in the comments, I'm not sure if it was from Wednesday or maybe the event before that in Silverstone, but I think it was Villeneuve who had taken issue with someone following him a bit close during the formation lap. I don't think there was contact, but he was really uncomfortable with it. So it looks like maybe You know, guys are maybe giving themselves a little more space, which I think is good if we're going to be going swerving back and forth, you know, warming up our tires. I had a guy leap out and just, you know, make really exciting contact and then blame me for it when I was just trying to warm up my tires. You know, he wanted to like launch and race or something. You know? It was really funny. He's an excellent announcer too, but I don't think his testicles have descended, and you can tell when you talk to the guy. He may very well be 15, but he is one of the best commentators I have ever observed. Okay, so we're with Juventino. I'm gonna go ahead and sit with him while we wait for the lights. I want to see what Gunner does here. That was a pretty good launch on the formation lap. We go with interval. I like interval. I'm going to stick with tires. I'll be going between tires and penalties. We saw a lot of penalties on Wednesday. Okay, here we go. Live from Portugal. Lights out. It's off to a pretty clean start here. This is a good show. Very legit looking. These guys, you know, look the business out there. Hitting their apexes really well. Making good use of the curbs. Not letting them kill them yet. I feel like I should probably hang out here for a little bit. It is quite exciting at the front end of a race when everybody's trying to get their piece of real estate. I want to remind everybody that if you wreck your car, you are compelled by ARL protocol to come and be interviewed. So Tiak has moved up. He's kind of given Gunner a run for his money. Juventino slid back a bit, holding down third. I'm gonna go ahead and see what's going on back here. I want everybody to, you know, get some time. Power Grim Reaper seems to have gotten off to a bad start. Flavius could be, looks like he may have spun out, could have hot tires. Sorry about that. He's on mediums. He's opted to go out on mediums. Oh, looks like he's on the two-stop strategy. I really try to avoid that because I'm slow. I try to get it done in a one-stop strategy. I'd rather, you know, go out on a medium and being prepared for something to go wrong, and then maybe if it's necessary to finish up on the hards. I do my setups so they drive on all compounds, and try to find a nice balance between stability and speed. Something that Danny and I seem to agree on is that you do all this work on your setups and it's just brilliant. You're on rails, it's fast. Then you get to quali and all of a sudden the car handles just horrible. It's inexplicable. I have no idea why that happens, but I find it really frustrating when you make it to the track to qualify. Oh, we have someone, looks like disconnected El Chaco. Could it be that he retired? I've always been kind of confused about what the X means. Oh. VTEX had himself a mistake. We don't want to watch AI, do we? Now the Doberman 57 in the Haas, currently in 11th place, 2 laps into his mediums. Danny Blazing Intent, Be Lucid out there in his Haas. Look at Elbows Out. He's an interesting character too. Villeneuve in 6th, he means business. I don't know about that helmet, but I sure like him. He's a solid dude. I'd like to think that I have something of a good I don't know, perception of people, a reliable perception of someone that I'm getting to know, and he seems on the level. I did see in the chat that he had an encounter that had him a little worked up. Might have kind of moved him from his stand on sportsmanship just a little bit. Well, this Tommy person seems to be formidable. The late braking, that was, you know, if that was late, that was well recovered. This is actually a good thing for me because I can observe how these guys drive, maybe identify what I can change to be more competitive. Oh, Tiak has made his way to the front. Looks like Villeneuve scored himself a penalty of 3 seconds. Multiple warnings, I think, for probably exceeding track limits. Neville's out on his mediums, 4 laps into him. Kind of disappointed. It looks like I cannot get data on these guys' tires like they can get from Jeff or from their instrumentation. Doberman in 8th, Elbows Out in 7th, Villeneuve in 6th, Vini in 5th, Danny Blazing in 9th on mediums. Got about a half and half show up here on mediums. A little more mediums than, well, it's about right. Everybody seems split on this. I'm not sure, but I'm under the impression that a lot of these people have opted for the 2-stop strategy, which makes my teeth hurt. I just can't handle that unless I do not want to be on hards. I will do a 2-stop strategy if it means not having to take hards on a track that I don't feel comfortable having to drive on them in. This can be deadly if your setup isn't just right and you twitch or something. I'm sure you all know that you will lose your ass. Ray kind of getting out of the way for some reason. Not sure what's going on with them. Oh, they're way behind. They're probably about to beat. No, they haven't been lapped yet. They're out on hards. I can't help but wonder if that was a mistake. 19th. Severe Scott in 18th. They have Power and JC and Scott and Ray seem to be having a rough go of it so far. Gunners found himself in 4th by now. Juventino in 3rd. Tommy in 2nd. Tommy's a fighter. Tiak is still holding down 1st. Juventino pushing the boundaries of his alpha. Dig it. Bryce 11, 15th on softs, Flavius 10, 14th on mediums, El Chaco 13th on mediums, Be Lucid on softs and 12th, VTech in 11th on softs, Anbu on softs in 10th, my teammate Danny Blazin in 9th, 6 laps into his mediums. I think he, you know, if he developed his own setup, I think he must have done a good job. Ambu threatening his space there a little bit. Ambu did that to me all the time, and it always worked out because I become exhausted defending myself from him. He is dogged. He will dog you. He will not get off you until you make a mistake. Excellent strategy. And he is reasonably fast. Faster than me, certainly. Starting to see a lot of space between these guys. These guys are keeping it real, though. It's like music. So we only have one DNF to speak of so far, and that's Ray. 0 laps on their softs. I wonder if maybe they weren't hot quite yet. Fortunately, we did not see what happened. I'm looking forward to maybe talking to JC so he can enlighten me as to what has gone wrong to where he finds himself in 17th. JC is a pretty strong driver. But we're all pretty far back here. Power Grim Reefer, I think last time I saw was upwards of 30 seconds behind Flavius. Yeah, a lot of space for Senior. Oh, what happened over here? Houdini's back 5 seconds. Fighting hard. Definitely knows to be careful coming around there. Hits the apex right here so he does not spin out. Wonderful. Have another penalty, this time from Be Lucid. 3 seconds. I didn't catch the header, presumably for exceeding track limits. There was a lot of penalties on Wednesday, a lot of penalties. Villeneuve really bringing the fight to Houdini here. I'm sure it feels as uncomfortable as it looks. Gunner and Juventino, Tommy and Tiak. Tiak's enjoying some space. Now, all of them are kind of spread out right now. They're just a small mistake away from each other. Tiak going into the pits already. 9 laps on his softs. Yeah, I think looks like he's ready for probably his first stop on what I guess is a 2-stop pit strategy. He's going back out on mediums. He could very well be doing a single-stop strategy, but I mean, that's brave. If he pulls that off on a 1-stop strategy, I will be very impressed. It's weird seeing Ambu in a Mercedes. When I flipped to his name, I'm expecting to see an AlphaTauri. That was what we drove together last year. And it was just such a bromance between him and I. We just loved each other. I know he loved me. He was sad to see me go when during the draft. You know, he told me, he's like, you know, Bullet, you are by far the single best driver I've ever had the privilege of racing with. And I'm gonna miss you, my friend. Danny's taking names. 6th place. Making up time. He has a threatening presence out here. You know, I had said on Wednesday that I thought we were sort of matching in our skill level. That is not the case. At least not today. Not right now. 10 laps into his mediums, elbows out, is 10 laps into his mediums as well, and he's in 5th. Oh, we've got a fight up here. Juventino is really patient. He'd rather take 2nd place than get careless, take himself off the track and lose a ton of positions. I really dig that. So yeah, Tommy is definitely a significant player. Severe Scott seems to be having a little trouble today. Not such a strong performance as we saw on Wednesday. 8 laps into his mediums. Last of the running cars. Bryce 11. Let's see here, he's outlap on his softs. 12 laps in. This is all kind of looking like 2-stop strategies to me. We Lucid in 15th on mediums. J.St. on 14th on mediums. Power Grim Reefer 8 laps into his mediums, 10 laps, 11 laps just now for Flavius on his mediums. The Doberman, 11 laps, mediums. Houdini 1 lap on mediums and holding down 10th. Doberman 11th, Flavius 12th. Choco 9, 11 laps into his mediums. Yeah, he's pushing it. He's gonna, this is a guy, some of these people I think are probably pretty good at managing their tire wear, and that is to keep pace and to manage your tires so well is really an art. This qualifier from parked in a dangerous location. Tommy parked? What happened? Well, that brings that disqualification moves everybody, moves a lot of people up a place, because I believe, you know, Tommy was up there when I left that contest. That is bizarre. I'm looking forward to maybe talking with that person and getting their perspective on what they think went wrong. I'm seeing some pretty good consistency, I believe. You know, I'm not seeing guys spinning off left and right. JC's making up for whatever seems to have gone wrong pretty well. He's got a lot of time. Let's have a look at some of these penalties. They're starting to crop up. 3 seconds for Villeneuve, we knew. Elbows out. 3 seconds. JC 3 seconds. Lucid 3 seconds. Danny Blazin in good form today, in 6th on his mediums, 12 laps. I think he, you know what I think he did is I think he probably opted for the 2-stop strategy ahead of the race. And this is what I do sometimes too. I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever you say, give me that. And if they want me to take whites, or excuse me, hards, that's fine. But ultimately, the tires I order, as long as they're not the same compound, is what I'm going back out on. So whether FIA or Jeff or whoever likes it, I'm not going to be on hards unless I feel like I need to be. And I think what happened here is they're doing their tire strategy in real time instead of just sticking to the program. And I think that's sometimes that's a really great thing if you make it work. Other times it can be disastrous. At least in my experience. Into the pits. It's just too bad you can't see so many of these guys. You know, maybe had 10 screens up here and we could follow. We could be more places at once. All I can really do is watch the deltas. There's something going on there. Okay, a pit is what happened there. Learning here, folks. "13 laps Choco's got on his mediums, 14 laps on elbows out." There's no way that yeah, okay, so yeah, they've been out on the mediums the whole time. They're going for a one-stop strategy, which I think is brilliant. They're going to go back in there and probably come back out on softs even. I don't think that would be wise, but it could feasibly happen. I don't see him coming out on hards. Danny Blazin means freaking business today. 3rd place. Juventino in 2nd, and Tiak back in 1st. I kind of loathe to, not sure if that was the correct language, but I don't know that I should be taking my eyes off of those two very often. Scott's having a me kind of day. This is how it went for me on Wednesday. It was just the most disastrous thing I'd ever seen. I really feel like, while the lobby may not have been bugged, my game was bugged. If anyone wants to have a look at my footage, it is bizarre. Very bizarre what was going on. Also very humorous because I'm not as composed as I like to think of myself as being. I had to kind of finally come to terms with a tendency to rage. You know, I always fancied myself a non-rage gamer. If you rage, I mean, you're not having fun, right? I game to have fun. Oh no, that's the worst. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a discussion with L. Like, look, man, you're gonna retire or whatever. You need to go into the pits and do it. It was really obnoxious. I'm sure something must have gone wrong. He probably had his connection cut out or something. I'm sure that's very frustrating for him if that's the case. I know it would be for me. When I first started, I was on 20 megabytes a second. You know, when I went through the settings on Wednesday, our AI, I think, was only 65. I mean, get it together, Villeneuve. You got Houdini behind you. You better figure something out. Yeah, he'll get him right here. And then he'll be afforded some space, too. Well, that, you know, I see guys. I don't know. I mean, it looks like they're leaving the draft a bit early. I feel like they could have gotten more out of it. I mean, I leave at the very last. Oh no. Villeneuve loses his rear a little bit there. This is a good battle we have going on. Has the potential to be a good battle. I don't like the idea of a battle with the AI, though. I think Houdini's being patient. I think he's playing the long game. I think he's going to put up with this. He's going to hang out in 6th and then capitalize on mistakes and move himself back up to the top 3 if he can. I think Villeneuve's panicking a little bit, maybe. This is kind of what I do. I'm in a position I'm happy with. I'm desperate to make space for myself. It becomes kind of a hazardous situation. He may be relaxing by now, though, because he's put a lot of space between himself and the car behind him. everybody's kind of got a lot of space here. Not much of a close contest right now. It seems to have been some kind of exchange here. Nope, going into the pits. Eventually I'll learn. JC's moved up to 6th. That's a pretty good showing from him. Elbows Out has come back out on hards. He's 2 laps into him. We're not seeing as many penalties so far as I thought. We still have just the same 4 people. And none of their time penalties seem to have increased. Yeah, JC's a good driver. I've seen him have some really unfortunate DNFs, though, that just seemed like, I don't know, like some kind of malevolent force reached out from the sky and, like, flicked his car, like you would a bee on your arm or something. I feel like Houdini's got some kind of plan. Maybe I'm so enamored with him that I think that he could be a real dummy. I don't know. He's funny, though. You know, if Villeneuve was looking just for a respectable place and to enjoy some space from other drivers, he did a good job getting that. So we've got Tiak in first. I think he's been there since last I visited the top 3. Juventino and Tiak are consistently, these 3 are consistently in the top 3. They are very talented drivers. Consistent, fast. Someday I'll make it happen. I swear to God, people, if you can be any kind of competitive on a controller, you deserve a little recognition, because a controller is hard. It's hard on a controller. I know a wheel setup is not a cakewalk, but safety car. This is going to be good news for a few people, most especially Severe Scott. He's going to get a second chance to compete. Oh man, I can't wait to ask Danny what happened. I hope he recorded it. Had to have been pretty bad. Ambu in 12th, Danny 13th, excuse me. The bot El Choco in 11th, which is heresy. Belused in 10th, Flavius in 9th, Bryce 11 and 8th, Elbows Out in 7th, JST in 6th. And we've got the same top 5, Houdini in 5th, Villeneuve in 4th, Gunner in 3rd, Tiak in 2nd. Oh, we've had a changing of positions. Juventino is now the leader. So yeah, we'll be seeing predictably a lot of diving into the pits. This guy sure held on for a long time. Really, really brilliant racing here today. This is a good event. This is a really good showing here in Portimao. Gunner stayed out. Or excuse me, Elbows Out, Gunner stayed out, Tiak stayed out. Oh, I'm wrong about that. These guys all have 0 laps on their tires. Sorry about that. Elbows Out is on his 4th lap on hard, so he's made his box. He should be okay if he remains consistent. You know, he could potentially take 3rd. Gunner holds 3rd right now, coming out on softs. Severe Scott went back in and got hards again. I think he was on hards before he went in there. That makes me wonder if he understands that hards are durable. Or maybe he's having trouble with his setup and he's burning up his tires. I'm not sure. I'd like him to come see me, because I would like to ask about that. Elucide's back out on mediums. Flavius back out on softs. Power Grim Reaper back out on mediums. Bryce 11 back out on mediums. And in our top 10 we have Danny Blazens made it back up to 10th. He's on hards, his 3rd lap. Andrew Mason is in 9th. Mediums, his 6th lap. JST got himself some new softs. He's in 8th. Houdini slid back to 7th somehow. Well, you guys need to come and talk to me after the race. The podium, certainly, I'm hoping that JST has made it mandatory since he's worked so diligently to make this league so freaking awesome. If you're gonna podium in his league, you gotta play ball. You gotta return. You gotta reciprocate. At least I think you should. I'm being facetious, of course. Safety laps are so great. If you had given up all hope of having any kind of success in your mind, whether it was not finishing last or finishing the race at all, or finishing a couple positions ahead of where you left the grid. For me, there's small successes. If I complete the race, I let myself feel good about that. If I, take up a couple more positions from where I started, I certainly like that. I think my best finish in this league is 5th. And that was a very unique day. I had a great fight with Ambu. I held him off for 6 laps, but I ultimately made a mistake, and he didn't even have to, he wasn't going to wait around for me to recover. It's like a guy walking by after you fell over and hurt your knee. So I'm going to kind of watch these 3 because I have a feeling this is going to get interesting. ...21 laps into 33, 50% race. 50% event. You know what kind of bothers me is when you're doing your safety lap like 2 or 3 times, why can't we see the burning wreckage? Obviously it's not burning or whatever, but come on, let us see their destroyed car for a while. It happens, but it's not there very long. You have to be like right on top of the incident. I'd really like to ask Scott about his tire strategy. He has a unique approach, I think. He could know something we don't. So anyway, I've taken it upon myself. I've made an executive decision short of being afforded executive power. I may have to deal with this later, but I'm introducing sort of a rival program. I encourage and welcome rivalry. But to be clear, I think if it leads to insults and name-calling, that we'll be canceling that immediately. But in the interviews, if you want to call out a rival or maybe have some words for them short of cursing them out and being a jerk, we'd love to hear that. We'd love to see that. Yeah, talking to Villeneuve, I asked him because I saw his gamer tag and I was like, dude, are you really 65? I'm 41 and I struggle. He has a rig, and I do believe that gives him a significant advantage, but he's pretty damn good for a 65-year-old man. Here we go. And away is Tiak. Yeah, he did that right. Oh! A little trouble here. Just grieves me to see that X in 4th. Ambu making a move. You gonna get away with it? No, he's wise to back off. Houdini's cool. He's like, you can try. I'll even give you some space, but I'm out of here. Yeah, that's so obnoxious. I feel Villeneuve right now. He's been harassing him for many laps now. Villeneuve's moved up to third. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep it in podium. If he does, he has to come talk to me. He's trying to, beg off in the chat, talking about how, he's a Frenchman and I wouldn't be able to understand him. Well, that's bollocks. I told him, I can understand, the team principle of Renault. Unless he has an exceptionally bad old man voice, should be cool. He is a cool guy. He's really funny and very friendly. So everybody's on new tires. Scott's got the oldest at 7 laps on hards, and I don't know that's working for him very well because he's in 14th. He has not really been able to make any meaningful progress. Holy crap, Power Grim Reefer seems to find himself in second. I don't know if that was him capitalizing on a mistake or brilliant speed and exceptional racecraft. Just so frustrating that I can't be everywhere at once. I want to see what's going on out here. That's why I need you guys to come talk to me so you can tell me what happened. Alright, let's see what's going on back here. Oh my gosh, Juventino has slid back to 6th. If he doesn't come and see me, I'm going to go ask him what the hell happened, because he's a damn good driver. Danny Blazen's back there in 9th. We'll talk about that later, Danny. Flavius giving Ambu some trouble. I'm sure Ambu was feeling that. No, into the pits. Flavius in 7th, Juventino in 6th, El Chaco in 5th, JSD in 4th. Impressive. JSD person, because he has to deal with me, and it seems to be my job to be confused all the time. He hears from me a lot in the PMs. The patient. I think Villeneuve intends to keep that 3rd place. I haven't seen a whole lot of his racing, but the impression I get by the way other drivers talk to him is that he deserves respect. Power Grim Reaper certainly does. He's a sleeper. I thought this was a guy who just was kind of not very good at first. Actually very good. See what's going on here with Bryson Houdini. Why is Houdini clear back there? Something had to have gone spectacularly badly wrong. Maybe a busted wing or something. Kind of looks like it could be. No. Now he's able to stay on the track well enough and he's not losing so much speed. Scott's been able to capitalize on whatever happened. He's in 10th. He Lucid in 9th, Danny Blazin in 8th. No problem for any of these guys to get through this on the strategy they chose. We have another penalty, but I'm not sure it was. I feel like it was. It would have been Flavius or B Lucid that has picked up a penalty. No one's exceeding 3 seconds though, so the behavior out here on Wednesday is a little better than it was on. Excuse me, the behavior out here on Friday, or luck, seems to be stronger than it was on Wednesday. Wednesday was so weird. I almost can't watch that recording. I did watch it once because I just was in such disbelief of the things that happened during that event. I did upload a clip because it just is my favorite thing in the world to do, to try to compel you guys to watch my videos. And sometimes you guys do, and I'll get that laugh reaction that I deserve because the shit was funny. Excuse me. The results of what had transpired were funny. I'm gonna get this cursing thing down. So I'm a professional. Alright, so Tiak is dominating. Villeneuve is up in second. This is really cool. That guy has got his head on straight. Very consistent, and he put up with that AI car really well, I think. When I saw him dealing with it, I mean, I felt it. I felt how I would feel, like, get out of the way! Letting it affect my performance and stuff. It's so boring to watch you leaders. Sorry, Jack. A lot of space between these guys right now. There's got to be something going on down here. What on earth is happening to Houdini? I know he's going to come and see me. And where are all these DNFs? You know what? I'm going to go make sure they're not hanging out in the chat. Nope, just me in there. Oh, we've had some action here. Grim Reaper has slid back and forth. I feel like he might be a stoner. JST's in third. Wow, you know, what a great showing from JST. I mean, he's back up here from clear in the back. I thought his race was pretty well ruined, and he has really pulled out the stops here. Power Grim Reaper is not about to give up. Oh, that's some good, yeah, good late braking there. A little Daniel Ricciardo we got here. Not long to go, 4 laps. Could very well be Tiak, Villeneuve, and JST. JST's bringing Villeneuve the heat. This could get good. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have... He's making up space on him. This might be it for Villeneuve. He's got more than enough ERS. Oh, I would have drafted him harder. Well, it was more than enough. And Villeneuve just accepts it because he's a professional. He knows there wasn't a damn thing he could do about it. No, he's not done fighting, though. Ooh. Wow, that was a pretty impressive turn of events we just saw there. Excellent exchange. Excellent racecraft. Very good drivers. I've seen zero contact out here. I've seen nothing but very skillful maneuvering and patience, and when people make their overtakes, they're doing it at an opportune time instead of an inopportune time. It's a class act we got here. Villeneuve's pushing it. He's really wearing... he knows he's in trouble. I think he feels like he's in trouble, certainly, because he has worn out all his ERS. But he should pick up a significant amount on this turn, I would think. Oh, JST, man, he's satanic. He's smart, too. He knows when to back off. He could have ruined his race right there. That was a good save. Tiak seems to have a pretty comfortable amount of space from these guys duking it out. I think Power Grim Reaper will likely finish where he is. He just doesn't seem to be catching up. He seems to be just kind of holding position. This Villeneuve JST thing, though, is pretty cool. I mean, this is a good fight. All Villeneuve has to do is slip a little bit, and JST's got him. See the patience here? See how he's just taking his time? He's got his prey. And now it's time to capitalize. Oh, he's out of ERS. This might be it. This might be it. I think he's going to get it. Yep, no problem. Plenty of tarmac to make that happen. This is an incredibly impressive performance. You know, I know everybody probably thinks that JC and I, you know, whatever you think is fine. Houdini certainly thinks some wild things, but JC has got his shit together. This is an impressive showing from him. Belusa picked up 3 seconds for multiple warnings exceeding the track. I don't think TX is going to allow himself to be caught. I think he's sitting in there with the radio on, air conditioning and stuff. Cool, we got 2 laps to go. I wonder if JC can take this. That would be pretty incredible. Okay, so we have Tiak in first, JC in second, Villeneuve in third. Impressive performance out of Villeneuve. Juventino in fifth, that's a good climb back for him. Flavius in sixth, I'd say that's an exceptional performance for him. B. Lewison in seventh, El Chaco in eighth. Whoa, that almost sounded like a failure. Danny Blazin in ninth, he's staying in that top 10. Severe Scott has even moved himself up to 10th, so some pretty wild turn of events out here today. I wish I could have seen them all better. I hope I don't get to find out about them later. I have to watch this for a little bit. Scott's on his 11th lap on hards, and he seems to be oh, he's out of ERS. He seems to be performing okay on him. He's in 10th place. He couldn't have made too many mistakes. This guy's making the best of trying to capitalize on what little time they have left to maybe secure a better finish if they can. A lot of space here. Yeah, TX just not going to give up that position. It's out of ERS again. I think it was that way when we passed her here before. TX had run himself out of ERS. Yeah, I try to use it really sparingly. I use it just for accelerating, and then maybe, you know, when I'm getting my slipstream. And if I'm in a really desperate situation, I'll hold it down for longer than probably I'd like to on a straight. Sometimes I'll just do it on the tiniest straight. Wherever I can pick up some momentum, I'm on my ERS. But it's really, really rare for me to run it all the way down. I like to have a nice surplus of it if I find myself in a position where I can actually defend myself. Oh, this is, ooh, wow, 33rd lap of 33. Could it be that JC has just been lying in wait this whole time? I think it's plausible. Bryce is right on, right behind, well, I have to look at that, I'm sorry guys. Oh yeah, I think Severe Scott let his frustration maybe get the better of him. I can't say for certain, but that looked like frustration driving. And I know because that's what my driving looks like when I get frustrated. Ass slides out from under me. Well, he didn't fall too far back. That's Tiak, JC in second, Villeneuve in third. Excellent, excellent race. Oh no! Villeneuve's penalty has knocked him back to fourth. Power Grim Reaper takes third. Who moved up the most laps? We need to have a look at that. Let's see. Power Grim Reaper moved up 16 positions. Outstanding. So, Power Stoner, 16 laps. Incredible. Who will our driver of the day be? I think Villeneuve may get it. Honestly. No, Power Grim Reaper. It's nice when it works out like that. You get a podium position and driver of the day. I think that's kind of bollocks, but I think a lot of strange things. So there they are. Tiak, Power Stoner, really skilled driver. Reaper is. I'm trying to remember who our second place is. It's already escaped me. I should probably stop smoking pot too. I'm kidding, I don't do that. Only dirty people do that. Dirty stoner, heroin druggy people. JC has the fastest lap today. Tonight, I should say. Tiak really killed it. That was a massacre. Really good showing here tonight. That was a very exciting race. I'm really glad this could be my first event as a commentator. It was really fun to watch and to have some control over what we saw. Well, that is justice right there. Oh, he was disqualified. How does the AI get disqualified? I'll have to ask about that. So we had significant amount of DNFs. It was a good race, very good race. I'm anxious to see the chat. I think we're gonna see a lot of good stuff. That was a pretty clean race. Well, I mean, there's stuff that always comes out of a race that we didn't get to see, and I'm hoping that if I've done everything correctly, I'll be able to talk to these people. Okay, I'm gonna step out for a moment to go to. Okay, everybody's leaving the server, but they've all been invited, if I understand correctly, they've all been invited to the interview chat. JC, you with us? I'm going to go back out to the track. That was an excellent performance, brother. Very fun to watch. It was you did an amazing job. Can you tell me a little bit about how you found yourself at the very back, nearly at the very back of the pack, early in the race? It was really impressive to watch. I'm hoping maybe you'll turn in some footage for us because I was trying my best to keep up with all the changes going on and watching the deltas really close, and I couldn't keep up with everything. There was just a lot going on, a lot of good exchanges. I did manage to catch some really exciting battles, and yours was definitely one of them. And we followed you and Villeneuve around for quite a while. That was a really good show. Nothing but class out there today, and you're certainly a part of that. So I have some canned questions for you. I'm going to start with, well, first of all, I'd like to say, on behalf of all of us, thanks for making this league so goddamn fun. It is just the coolest. We all appreciate it. So we've gotten your take, haven't we? I'd like to know, has a rival revealed themselves to you, possibly? Is there anyone in particular that you might want to address? Well, I mean, is there a message you like to send to any of your potential rivals? Something sportsmanlike, but maybe something intimidating, short of cursing them out or insulting them, Right. You heard it from JC, looking to make a comeback. Gonna get his. All right. Thanks for talking to us, JC. I'm gonna go back out to the chat and see who else I can drag in here to. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm sorry. I have more questions for you. Are crunch berries real berries? Okay. Okay. I thought so. How did? Right. No, absolutely. It's logic. I'd like to know from all you guys, how did you find yourselves getting into Codemasters F1? Oh, cool. I I noticed on PSN you're the only other driver that I'm acquainted with that has F1 titles going back to 2017, and I thought that was revealing about your passion. Have you any shout-outs?
Aww.
Outstanding. You're a class act, JC. Who have we got with us?
Yeah, Grim.
I'm sorry, who? Oh, you're the
Grim.
Reefer Man.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
I was really looking forward to talking to you. You put on a hell of a show. I got to follow you quite a bit, and like JC, you fought your way up from the back of the pack. What can you tell us about that? What found you back there, and how did you manage to get yourself back up there?
Yeah, so I'm on the West Coast, so the race starts right at 5, which is when I'm done working. But I kind of had some things to do, so I was kind of late getting out. Well, really late. I had 4 minutes left in qualies to go out and set a lap, and I invalidated, so ended up starting last. It's not one of my, it's honestly one of my least favorite tracks too. So I was gonna be just content with getting points. Um, Turn one was chaos. Ended up getting side pod damage and a wing change.
Oh, really?
Lap two, yeah.
I did not pick that
So
up in my footage.
yeah, so I was really on the back foot. Starting lap three, and just got lucky with the safety car. That restart was pretty much chaos, and I just kind of saw some openings, took my chances, and ended up P2 after the restart. So
Well, hell of a job capitalizing on all the opportunity. I mean, that's very impressive. Me personally, I'm nowhere near your guys' caliber, but I'm learning, and whenever I have an opportunity to capitalize, it's like a gift from heaven, and I always blow it. So what you did today was very, very impressive, and congratulations. I look forward to seeing
thank you.
more of your great driving. Do we have anyone?
Thanks.
Wait, no. I keep trying to skip. This is my favorite part. This is the one I really wanted to do. This is the part for me. Okay. Have you a rival?
Um,
I mean, you can
and
keep that to yourself if you'd like, but if there's someone out there you want to
yeah,
know, you're
VTech.
coming for VTech.
Yeah.
Outstanding. That's very exciting. You feel like you guys are pretty competitive on a similar level?
Yeah, we've had a number of close battles. First race of the season, and we also race in another league where we are always wheel to wheel, and somehow, well, not somehow, I always end up in front of him and beating him.
Nah.
So, you know,
You're a
I
modest
guess
man. I
he's,
admire that. All right.
yeah,
Um,
he's I guess, the closest thing to me. So,
Outstanding. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing out there. There's just some really tight competition. I mean, really closely matched people. And
Yeah.
you guys have done some really exciting, amazing things out there today. I hope that my stream can demonstrate that to your guys' satisfaction. Um, are hobbits? What do hobbits smoke again? It's not weed, right? The Lord of the
No
Rings
idea.
is misleading, I think, because I read in the Lord of the Rings books that it was tobacco, but like in the movie, it looks like they're getting baked. So anyway, I wanted to know if you might be able to help me with that. But that's cool. That's cool. Um, how did you get into F1 Codemasters F1?
Um, that's a good question, honestly. I started playing on 2020. Prior to that, I just kind of raced F1 cars on a set of Corsa or Project cars, and
Those are challenging
um,
games. No wonder you make it look easy.
no, no, not at all. I don't. But yeah, it just was more F1 centric, and I really love or enjoy watching the sport and everything that goes along with it. So decided to give the F1 game a chance, and you know, honestly, I play that m much more than any other sim game. So
Oh man, it's disturbing how much I play that game. I bought 2019 about a year ago, and it had me convinced I was so good that I bought PS Plus, and then you guys happened, um, which is great. I love this league. My life is different in a really bizarre and I don't know. You guys know. Can't
yeah.
really talk about it. Is there any shout outs for you?
Yeah, man, just shout out to everyone that showed up and raced today. There were some chaotic moments, but for the most part, everyone that I was next to was really competitive, clean, and same thing with the last race. So excited to see where the season takes us, and happy to just be out there competing with all these guys.
Well, I got to tell you, you're a class act. You're very eloquent, and you're a good sportsman, and I that's what I like to see. That's what I like so much about this league. So
Thank you.
thank you for your time. I'm gonna go looking for someone else. If there's someone else in the chat that can hear me already, maybe let your presence be known, and we can begin asking questions. All right, I am gonna go. Have we someone with us? You're clicking. Maybe someone's continued to play the game, spaced off, waiting for their turn.
Yeah, that's me
Let me
clicking.
let me go back to the chat and see if there's anyone. JC, would we know if someone was in the chat sitting out here in the lobby? I mean, I can go in there and look. I just don't know if it means if there's no one here. I don't know if that means there's no one. If I go into the chat and look, I'm gonna go look. I need to learn. Let's see. Yeah, it's just those guys. That was a hell of a show. What a race. It's too bad we
Yeah,
didn't get to talk to
absolutely.
Villeneuve. I'm at least I know that when I get back into the chat, he'll tell me what he felt went right and maybe what went wrong. I'm gonna drag it out of him.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a race. I think I did a pretty good job of capturing it. I just wish it didn't have to uh, be stuck on a stream, where it's just running for a long time. You guys can't go to like a certain point where you were doing something particularly exciting. I can't cut it out. I can't say, I can't go to it and go, this
Yeah, we'll
was the
just
coolest
fast
thing I
forward.
ever saw. Huh?
We'll just skip through it. We'll see when our cars are up.
Yeah, you guys are more patient than me. When someone puts out a 2 hour stream and says something happened, if they don't specify where I can find it, I lose interest pretty quickly. I'm getting old though. Uh, um, there was some strange activity. Well, congrats to the podium. It's a bummer that we couldn't speak with Villeneuve, but I think he'll make up for his absence when we get back to the chat. I think today's been a great success. I think that was an excellent race. I'm looking forward to next week. Thank you guys for your time, and we'll go ahead and go back to the chat and bust each other's balls a little bit, celebrate, do our thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
You
thank
bet.
you.
It was really fun. We'll see you guys later.
See you, man.
All right, take care. Later.